Hey there, it's been a while, but I wanted to make this short video to share with all of you someplace I think is really special. But first, a little biology. Now, New Mexico has 4 biomes: desert, grassland, forest, and to my surprise, aquatic. Now, being the 5th largest state, New Mexico only has 0.2% of its land as surface water. That puts it dead last in the nation percentage-wise. It's pretty close to last if you measure by square miles. Now, this special place I was talking about earlier, it is called Rio Chama, and that is one of the few aquatic biomes in New Mexico. It's about 130 miles, and it starts off in the Rockies in Colorado, winds its way down past the border into New Mexico, and feeds into eventually the Rio Grande. So, from Santa Fe to the place we wanted to go to of Rio Chama, it would take an hour and a half, or 73 miles. Now, if you're going 60, 65, 70, 75 miles an hour, that kind of doesn't add up to me, and I'm suspicious before we leave, but who knows why. So, you're driving along, the scenic drive from Santa Fe is very beautiful. It's a cool drive. Again, like every time I venture off into a different place in New Mexico, it's the land of enchantment. So obviously it's going to be enchanting. But I missed the turn and I have to turn into this closed national park, I think, national monument, whatever it is. It's really cool. I wanted to go in and check it out, but because of the pandemic, it was closed, of course. And I turn around, we go to the correct turn into this forest road. Now, it was an hour to get there, and there's half an hour more. And obviously I drove a lot slower than I was supposed to because my poor 20-year-old Toyota Camry wasn't equipped with the correct shocks, especially because the rear shocks of the car are leaking and need to be replaced. And cheapskate me didn't want to replace them, but I said, what's the harm? Just chance it. I'm not going to go on a forest road anytime soon. Psych, I am. These jagged rocks in the beginning of the forest road scare the hell out of me, and I'm worried. But fuck it. So I keep driving, and the jagged rocks, thankfully, start to go away. Still driving 3 miles an hour. It took more than half an hour going there. And it's deserted, it's a desert. Still pretty, but as you go further and further into the deserted wasteland, you don't see anybody there. It's kind of scary. What if the tire does pop? You're stranded there, no service, gotta walk all the way back. Anyway, you get closer to the river and it turns into the aquatic biome. It's pretty. There's actual trees like that you would expect when you say tree, what comes to mind. Thankfully, the road smoothed out as you get closer to the river. It's like the road itself is preventing people from going to the river because it's so special. They don't want not a lot of people there, which there was a handful of people, not as much as you would want. So that's good. You want to enjoy that place and not have it to be too crowded. Otherwise, it won't be as peaceful and natural as it should be. So once you hit the river, you kind of drive along the river until, there are a couple of places you can stop, but we went as far as we can because apparently there's like a monastery in the back. I have no idea. At a point, there was just no way my car was going to make it. I think I had enough of driving on that road, so I found this nice stop where people were ready to go and kayak down that river. There was a bridge there and everything, and we stopped because there was a little nice landing for us to just sit down on the beach. My suggestion for all of you, pro tip, is that you visit this place with a plan to either kayak or go with a rafting tour. I saw both, and it looked really cool and smooth. It wasn't too hard, so if you're looking for that adrenaline rush, I don't think you're gonna get it here. I mean, you will get an adrenaline rush maybe from the surprisingly frigid cold, like glacial runoff.
Oh my god, it's cold.
So cold.
We're in 90 degree, maybe 100 at sometimes degree weather, and you touch that water, you think it's lukewarm, cool at the most. It is ice cold. So yeah, after a bit of, like enjoying that spot by the bridge, DJ and I decided to go a little bit backtrack and go to this place called the Big Eddy, which I'm guessing it's because there's like this horseshoe type thing where the river does a little lip out and comes back in. That was much better because the current, so the bridge was just like a straight through, and I guess the current just there's nothing stopping it. Just like if you step out into the deep part of the river, you could definitely get swept out. It was strong. And then going to this place called the Big Eddy, that was way better, like because I guess the current goes straight, but then it has to turn, so it kind of at parts has this like a kiddie pool, I would say, where the current isn't as strong and you can enjoy the water instead of trying to fight it all the time. There was even like these sparrows nesting against the ridge, like I don't know what they were, like mud nests where you have the whole ends hanging under the rock. That was really cool to see them flying around up above the ridge there. So it looks kind of green, I think. Yeah, it looks kind of green, but the water's pretty clear. I guess it's just what's on the bed of the river, and on the riverbed on the beach, the sand is more like a mud, where it's not pure like fine sand, but it's a mixture of, I guess it's red dirt, but it feels squishy. So it felt like you could put that on like your body and it would like exfoliate but not be too harsh, because it was a mixture of both sand and mud. I don't know. First time I ever felt that, and I've touched the bottom of a lot of water places. That's weird. So there's Rio Chama, a very special place of among a lot that I think there are in this world, but I would have never guessed there'd be frigid, ice cold water in New Mexico in 90 degree to 100 degree weather out in the desert. What a surprise. And yeah, I hope you liked it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give it a like. Thank you, and let me know what you think. Would you go there? I suggest you do, or at least visit your nearest river and go jump in it, because, well, once you can safely. I don't know, but hey, thanks for watching. Peace.